Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to another interview from our interview series with successful business analysis practitioner. Today, we will be interacting with Abhilash, who is a certified business analysis practitioner, and he has cleared his CBAP certification. CBAP stands for Certified Business Analysis Professional and is one of the toughest or one of the hardest certification to crack. So let's understand Abhilash's journey of becoming CBAP certified in his own words in this one-on-one interaction with him. Hi, Abhilash, how are you?
Yeah, hi Nitin, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for asking. So before we begin with the interview, Abhilash, if you can tell our viewers about yourself, about your background, so that would be great.
Yeah, sure, Nitin. So I have around 10.5 years experience in IT industry. So maybe 2 or 3 years was in QA, then the rest approximately 8 years is in business analysis role. So I
Mhm.
have worked in healthcare domain, and I'm currently working in tax domain actually. So that's about.
Okay, okay. What motivated you for CBAP? Because there are so many other certifications available in the market. So how were you aligned to giving this certification?
Yeah, sure. So the first thing is that I think CBAP is the kind of most valued certification from a analyst point of view, especially with it coming from IABA, right, which is a central body
Mhm.
for business analysis. So that's one reason. The second reason is from my organization standpoint. Also, I had to mandatorily complete this training. So I had two strong enough reasons to go for the training. So.
Okay, okay. Now, how do you feel after getting CBAP certified? How life has changed professionally and personally?
Of course, it has changed actually because the past 2.5 months I was completely focused on the preparation. So now, uh, post or during the COVID era, we all used to OTT platforms and all you watch movies. So I literally
Mm.
sacrificed every all of those things, and I was all the weekends and stuff. So I was completely focused on studying. Weekdays also I used to take out some time. So now it's like I can do literally whatever I want in personal life as well, and I can focus more on the professional life as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Let's talk about how did you finalize the training institute? So what type of research did you do? How much time did you spend on it? And what led you to choose Techcanvass as one of your training provider for CBAP certification?
Yeah, sure. So nowadays, like it was pretty much the same. Everyone would have searched. Probably Google is your ultimate source,
Hmm.
right? So I went through Google. I searched for like CBAP certification institutes, and
Mhm.
I was checking the reviews of all the institutes, and I was checking few sample videos that every vendor would have in YouTube as well, right? So after that, uh, I realized that Techcanvass is the best, would be the best option for me because somehow I had that feeling that I'd be able to get the best training from Techcanvass because I had to complete it in a short time frame as well, which is 2.5 months. Usually, what I have heard is it definitely takes some 4 months or 5 months. So from my side, then it was about choosing the best vendor as well because from my side the time is less. So in less time I need to have efficient content or efficient way of training. So that's why I finalized in Techcanvass, which I felt the Canvas would be able to provide the best training for me. And ultimately, yeah, I was told regarding that. So
So, from your side, I could sense that Techcanvass will be recommendation one when it comes to choosing a training institute. Yeah,
definitely, without a doubt, 100%.
awesome. Let's talk about the challenges which you faced when you were preparing for this certification, which is CBAP, and how did you overcome it?
Right. So Babcock is all that we have to study that for clearing this exam. So it's I think more than
Yeah.
500. page book, and it is difficult memorizing each and every point in Babok, because most of us after our college days would not be used to reading a 500 page book, so it was difficult memorizing the book. So that was one main challenge that I had. The second thing is, like, let's say even if you have read through the Babok 2-3 times, you don't know how much you are prepared unless you take the mock exams, right? So then post
Yeah.
taking the mock exam, you need to see what percentage you get, and also you need to see that which areas are you lacking, right, with respect to the percentage that you're getting. Let's say if you get 50%, where did the other 50% go
Mhm.
wrong? So analyzing that, all those things, yeah, it was a tough journey, to be honest, and because especially considering the time frame was 2 or 2.5, I had to complete this training within first or second week of Feb. So yeah, so that was the most challenging part, to memorize the stuffs in Babok. So
Okay, okay. So let's talk about your preparation strategy now. How did you chalk out your chalk out your plan of preparing for this examination? Let's, if you can talk about that.
yeah, sure thing. So my training with Techcanvass started on December 3rd, and I had a fixed deadline, that is Feb 1st or second week. I knew that it's going to be challenging. So what I did was that before each in Techcanvass, you in the Tech Edge portal, which is actually very good and very easy to navigate, and all the content there are really helpful. So you have a structure on this day. This would be the topics that would be thought, and all those things. So I used to read that beforehand, and then when the trainer is teaching that, I will definitely have questions since I have read it before. So then I used to get that questions clarified, and yeah, then also chapter wise there is assessment questions also available. So I used to then take that tests, and then that gives me a clear picture of where I am. So like that, I continued this for throughout the training session,
Mhm.
and at the end you have a full length test, right? So which is 120 question,
Yep.
3.5 hours actually. So that one, then after I made sure that I read the Babok at least 4-5 times, I took the full length test, and there in the first test actually I got only 50%. So that's where I realized, no, I'm not ready to give the exam actually. So then the good thing is that for the wrong answers there is an explanation given with reference to the Babok, that this is where the right answer is, like. So I used to go over it, and then I understood that why I'm not scoring good actually. So I focused on
Okay.
those points, and then I again took the mock test, and I was able to score better. And another thing which I did was that, like, if you take so it's all about the knowledge area, task, and technique. So within the knowledge
Mhm.
area you have task. So within that task you have a structure of that task, like description, purpose, then input, output, stakeholder, all those things. So what I did was that, I used to make some mnemonics actually, which is nothing but a short form. Let's say
Mhm.
MARI, you will have corresponding to M, you will have a element or task or something. So like that, I used to do it that way. So that helped me in memorizing actually that mnemonics, right? So I
Mhm.
was so before I took the exam, I knew all the task, input, output, guidelines, and rules, all those things. So to summarize, I had the short forms of that, and I used to learn it that way, and that really helped me actually.
That's actually a very good way of preparing a blush. I mean, I'll certainly incorporate that when I prepare for any kind of exam or certification. Let's look at the exam day now. What was your strategy for the exam day? How were you prepare? How did you prepare yourself for that particular day of the examination?
Yep. So I took the exam in a test center actually. So the exam, it was at 9:30 and it's 3.5 hours, which means it's going to end at 1. So the only thing which I had in my mind was that I need to remain calm and patient throughout the exam. So I planned to have a good night's sleep, which ultimately I could. There was this exam anxiety and all those stuff. So I could only sleep for 4 hours, which I wouldn't recommend anyone. Maybe at least have 6 to 7 hours of good sleep. So then on the exam day, then initial questions were case study, actually, at least 40 of them. So when I answered the first 20, I wasn't really sure if I'm going to clear this exam because those were tough, actually, the case study. But then after that 20, I made up my mind, right, that I'll attempt this 120 question irrespective of what, because it took some time as well, the initial 20 question, because case study means you will be given a paragraph and you need to read through it thoroughly, right? So maybe one time reading wouldn't be enough. Maybe you'll have to read it 2 or 3 times. So it consumes your time actually. So I made sure that after this initial 20 set of question, I would remain as calm and as patient I can. And I'll make sure that I'll attempt this 120 question because there is no negative mark. So it's important that you attempt all this 120 question. So luckily what happened was that after the 20th question, the level of questions were a bit easy. Somewhere then I realized that this exam is not only a test of your knowledge, it's also a test of, how calm, how patient, how you are able to, control your mind and all those things as well. Because initially, if you get something tough, there's a good chance that it will derail from your path, right? So it's a test of that as well, how you are able to adapt to that situation. So my suggestion is like, irrespective of initial few questions, how it goes, make sure you attempt the 120 questions and have a very calm and patient mind during the exam. Don't focus about the result, what it would be, or give your best. That's how you can give your best if you stay calm, focused, and as patient as you can. So,
okay. Thank you, Abhilash. Thank you for sharing that wonderful and insightful journey with us of becoming CBAP certified. And I hope the viewers who will be watching this video will incorporate all the tips which you have provided. Thank you again and all the best for your career. It was great talking to you. Take care.